Never mind, he took a detour. Oh my god! Alright. That was a German plane that kamikazed into the German. What is this? What is going on? Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117 here, bringing you another CH2 replay. This is submitted by a fan, and if you want some replacement, greyshotproductions@gmail.com. As well, if you want to support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure if you want to do one step further, check out some of the links down below, like my Discord, my Patreon, and my Twitch page. There, all the sponsored stuff is out of the way. Let's get to this game. We got Kaibi, Pens, and Spartycus. Why does that sound familiar? Oh! If anyone's ever seen a cheesy, dumb monster movie back in the 70s, I believe it was 74, I could be wrong on that, called Reptilicus, that's it. Oh my god, that is a cheesy monster movie, but it is so dumb and so awesome. Anyway, we got Gunner, we got Lieutenant Dan. Why does that sound familiar? A rather splendid Cromwell. Oh man, that's a great name. 2 American and a Soviet, which is weird because he's apparently a Cromwell. Versing 2 OKW and a Wehrmacht. Alright, actually we already have commanders. Calliope and Rifle Company. So the Calliope one's from tactical support. Some good abilities here. Long range fare. Some of these, like the recon runs, already used by stuff. Lieutenant Dan, my Rifle Company, pretty good. Tanks and White Phosphorus clear out areas, so if they're trying to hold points. Meanwhile, we got Kaibi going first run to clear out areas with lots of fire. Spartycus, if he can hold territory, could put down supply points and gain additional resources. Kubel pushing really far forward, but the riflemen should be able to push them back with ease. Meanwhile, we have a small attack in mid. Stern Pioneers trying to hold back the American horde, but I believe those. Oh wait, those guys aren't covered. That's gonna suck. And the Stern Pioneers are focusing on the riflemen that's retreating. Might be, if they focus it, might be able to kill it. Nope, they're not able to. Rashlam's gonna retreat. Riflemen might kill. They will kill the Stern Pioneer. Yeah, retreat, man. You're gonna need a retreat. Meanwhile, these guys should easily be able to push back. The Kubel, though, Volk Squad might have a bit of an issue if he brings in a little more support to kind of bust him out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Soviet forces have gone with an MG focus. Again, good for locking down territory. Bad for the enemy has light armor. But on this map, because of all the urban defenses, even if he were to go something with like I don't know, if he were to try to flank it and try to get around it with a big mobile army, he could just get inside of a building and he's pretty much dug in. Mortar though would definitely help, and he did get one, so it looks like he is planning on countering a lot of support equipment very, very quickly. Let's see, Lieutenant Dan's got rifleman, he's getting an ambulance. We got ourselves Rashlon building some cover to help fight the double Sturm, which I get. He went close range, close, tight-knit area, so he wants to overwhelm the enemy and surprise them. Unfortunately, he's in a dragged-out fight with long-range infantry, so there's no way that is going to happen. He will probably hold this area for a little while longer, but the heavy cover can only last so long. Now, he did upgrade with flamethrowers, not a bad idea. He's just unfortunately out of range of these guys. So this Stern Pioneer squad, while effective against guys in buildings, will be absolutely torn apart before they even make it up the hill. And I was right, they were. Alrighty. Any capacity. Let's double check their playtime real quick while we have a little bit of a lull in this. Playtime is actually pretty damn high for the Axis and the Allies, respectively, so someone can't say Greyshot, they're new to the game, they don't know how to play. No, these guys have at least played a couple hundred hours of the game, so you know that's pretty good. I would say. Grenadiers try to flank, but the MG's like, nope. And again, what I mentioned, the MG will just get in the building and lock you down. Now, does he have a flamethrower? He does not. Although the enemy has a flamethrower of all things, they actually have 2 flamethrowers, so he looks like he has a special squad of engineers that'll burn the enemy out, which would work in this situation. Kubo rushing on in to save the day. Unfortunately, there's a lot of American forces pushing on in. Pens is gone with Luftwaffe ground forces. Alright. Heavier infantry I can get behind a little bit. Some defenses, recon. Not bad. Not great. And value of assault's pretty good to boost your infantry, but it could be worse. Lieutenant coming on in. Unfortunately, not able to fire that Panzer Shrek. Not Panther Shrek. Bazooka. Oh, wait, maybe he will. Nope, he fires at the Sturm. Sturms, by the way, will open fire and push him back. excuse me. It's like, Greyshot, what are you doing? I have to know he has bazooka. Yeah, but sometimes slip of the tongue. Bazooka misses the Kubo up to Vet 2. Nice. Meanwhile, we got a small push over here. Engineers coming on get hit by a rifle grenade, stopping their advance, and the other squad gets pulled back, meaning I think the allies will be unable to take this territory. If they got the unit in the building, that'd be devastating. Probably all these units would be dead very, very quickly. Meanwhile, the MGs over here and mortar teams are going to open fire and easily push these guys back. Once again, a big blob of riflemen. They're all grouped up together. I'm really, really sad and we're not seeing a Goliath or something highly explosive. But the Germans are doing quite well. They're keeping the enemy contained, using the blob against them, though there is a small issue with Lieutenant Dan getting himself an ambulance. Because Lieutenant Dan is going to reinforce the front and pretty much make it impossible for the Germans to hold this territory. I'm going to stop trying to do an accent now. Anyway, MG gonna go down. 50 cal could easily rip apart light armor, including a Kubel. We'll definitely need to watch out for that. Infantry is pretty much healed up, though, as we can see here, there's not too many German defenses. There's some Sturm squads with flamethrowers. Not a bad idea. That's increases damage, and again, will do a lot. Unfortunately, this 50 cal... Why is 50 cal not setting up? I don't know. I guess he just wants to whack people with it. Bundle grenade going out. Oh, this could be good! Oh, that's a great bundle grenade right there. With the flamethrower, they managed to kill Rifleman. Additional bunker over here suppressing it. And yeah, they're losing a hell of a lot of infantry in that push. That did not go as planned. Oh, guys, if we advance through a tight corridor, what could they possibly do? Sir, what if they have grenades? Impossible. Why would a modern army have grenades? Fair point, sir. Sturm Pioneer continues to burn, baby, burn, but everyone's getting flamethrowers this time. We got rear echelons with flamethrowers. And again, for those who don't know, advanced infantry equipment gets rear echelons flamethrowers, and then as well, first drum gets Sturm Pioneers flamethrowers, plus engineers for the Soviets automatically get flamethrowers. Rear echelons could grab territory, but not doing it for some reason. There's no mines or anything, so I have no idea why. Battle continues to rage in mid. This time, we got Lieutenant Dan coming on in with a flamethrower. Fallschirmjägers realize the situation, pull him back. MG is setting on up, though the 50 cal is actually suppressing him, which should allow the rear echelons to rush on in and probably burn his ass outside of the area. Pretty much on point. He's going to run out of there. We have a small push over here with an MG of all things, but nice artillery field officer calls in smoke. Should allow himself to get close, though we do have a tier 3 building on the field, and that would be for the Soviets who's deploying a T-70. It's the first light armor. Okay, Spartycus did deploy a vehicle, but it's not armor. It's a supply truck, so it's just meant to get territory. To lock down territory and gather resources. It helps out yourself. It used to help out your entire team. That was overpowered. Let's scatter the battlefield and help my allies out. And literally, yeah, enemies will be like, we need to focus and kill these, and your teammates will be like, we're just gonna hold the front. You just keep spamming those so we get like 100 munitions per turn. It'll be great. Anyway. The only negative about that is it does take a lot of resources to build up an army. So as a note, it's not impervious. You are essentially wasting manpower and possibly getting units in terms of getting resources for the long term. But just like an admin building in Ruse, short term not worth it, long term absolutely worth it. Meanwhile, we have a double Kubel in mid. Very interesting to see. Maybe they could team up and destroy the enemy advance. I mean, 2 Kubels versus that army. What do you guys bet on? Kubel's got a good shot at beating that. Kubel's got a good shot. A really good shot. Anyway, Kubel's opening fire against the Bar and Bazooka group. As expected, being shredded. They're good in support. Meanwhile, Sturms and Volk squads may have actually laid an ambush. Kubel's and stuff falling back. They did lose one. Second one is still there. They are shredding them. They have guys in buildings with SCG 44s, and they're just lighting them up and doing a good job. Meanwhile, a small attack here. Unfortunately, Pioneers are dying a lot, and it looks like Spartycus is retreating in full, but that T-70's engine is crippled, so he's not going to be able to advance, and will probably need time to repair. Though, there's a bunker here. He can probably heal this thing and then go over and kill that bunker with no real harm to himself. The Allies have mid. They have 50 cal machine gun to guard this territory, stopping the light armor from moving on in. Spartycus has gotten himself Panzer Grenadiers, so maybe Panzerschreck based. Maybe a pack might be a little better because of long corridors, but We'll see how well it goes. Pens has gone with medical, as you have to go anything, though has 225 fuel. Oh boy, Panther headquarters is absolutely worth it to kind of stop those pushes. You can put it here, or maybe here, or somewhere else, so if the enemy attacks, they get suppressed. Oh, we got a blob coming on in, but the 50 cals right there should suppress. Another MG setting on up. This German attack is going to fall flat, and it does. Decent incendiary, does a little damage, not too much. But overall, the allies are advancing, and the Axis need to think of something quick. So anyway, let's take a look to see what the allies are planning on doing. We got another push coming on in with these forces. Lieutenant Dan, you coming on in? No, he's going back for heals. But anyway, they are engaging. Kubal's trying to help where he can. They're not getting in the cover, and that's probably the biggest issue. And with the medical right there, the allies can reinforce. So they both have like a forward base. They're doing a very good job of keeping their units on the front and just constantly going back and forth, like ping-ponging against each other. Though the Axis still are unable to get mid, and on the left, they do have it, and there's MG guarding it. So at least that's positive. Unfortunately, on the right, though, the allies have it, meaning the victory point loss is going to go right now to the Germans. The Germans will absolutely lose it, though. Right now, they're slightly winning against the allies for most likely holding mid for so long and holding the left. T-70 still needs repairs. I'm unsure why they haven't tried to get that thing up and running. Maybe just an engineer squad's taking its sweet time. Yep, it's back at base, so it's going to take some time to get up to the front. Meanwhile, a splendid Cromwell has 300 munitions. Maybe some mines or demos would be good. That way you can prevent the enemy. Like a good one would be probably, just for reference, put it in cover. So that way the enemy has a harder time seeing it. Anyway, Lieutenant Dan is coming on in. And Gunner, are you coming in to support? No, but support gun is firing fire. Unfortunately, though, kind of missing. Kuba almost up to Vet 3. White Phosphorus is coming down all over this point. He realizes, though, and quickly pulls back. Good idea. But that will stop their advance and really hurt them for the time being. Though, if the Allies advance, which they are going to hit infantry that is going to slow down into smoke and along the direct path, and also lose a lot of health. Kubel doing okay for right now. Flamethrower groups are moving on in. They are being affected by the white phosphorus. The American forces are not immune to their own white phosphorus fire. Good job killing the truck. Not sure why I was there. At the bare minimum, at least they did kill that. This supply truck is not down. Spartycus, don't know why you're not putting it down. Kubel, very, very close to Vet 3. We do have a decent amount of sport guns. Again, makes sense. He has the fire ability to burn the enemy back. Although the enemy does have a Sherman on the field and a whole lot of infantry all grouped up together. Holy crap. But anyway, they're going to make another charge. Unfortunately, so are the Germans, but the Germans are woefully outmanned and outgunned in this scenario. And the Sherman's just going to pretty much annihilate them. It has explosive rounds, incredibly dangerous versing infantry, and they're walking out into no cover areas. The explosive round is just going to annihilate them. Their best chance is to hit the blob. With fire, support gun, anything. Good job with the Sherman pushing them back. They're going to retreat. Where is your medical point? I don't know. It looks like he has a supply truck here, but he doesn't. He only has one. He still hasn't set it up. I think he just forgot. American forces will retake mid. It is still very, very close. T-70 once again hit. I'm assuming by a mixture of the Panzerschreck and a Panzerfaust. I'm assuming. Oh, wait, no, it's not a damaged engine. It's just main gun destroyed. Okay, it's speeding away. Good, good, good. Meanwhile, Spartycus is down. But let's talk about rather splendid Cromwell. What's his plan? He has armored assault, so he's saving up for the long term. And honestly, long term's looking pretty good. He went with a doctrine that focuses on that, and they've already put down a ton of fuel. And also, he has a lot of ground and is constantly pushing against his main competitor. So as long as he keeps pushing up, taking their resources, or at least, you know, competing with them. Also, really nice MG shredding his infantry. Dear Lord, it's almost dead. They'll get those supplies, including very, very helpful munitions. On this map, most of the main points, except for fuel, its star and munitions specifically is near the front. So it's not that, again, it's still hard to get this because of all the terrain and the cover and also the heavy buildings. But if you can lock this area down pretty easily, I would say. Just everything over here. Maybe get in this building and lock it down this way. But you can do that. With that said, if this area is locked down, the munitions and this point will go back, and that's 16 munitions per turn. Right now, the Allies are beating the Axis in terms of fuel and munitions, mainly also because of the fact that if we look here, there are a lot of caches down. So while they don't exactly have a ton more territory overall than the Allies. Oh, nice mines, by the way. Really nice placement to stop an ally push. Though, maybe a little too close. One detonates, they all go. So that might be a key issue. Looks like we have a fighting position over here set up by the Allies. They could get a Stern Pioneer squad in the building and use fire on it, though fire seems to be suppressing the one. He's going to retreat both. I still think he could have won that battle if he got inside, but hey, it's fine. If you don't want to micro it, pull back. Panther Headquarters on the field. Panzer Headquarters is allowing for not much, but 3-star Kubel. And then Panther. Panther's on the field. Again, good by KYB. Maybe the other guy is going to focus on something else. Maybe a Tiger or get yourself a Panther. That works too. T-3045 is going to won't win a battle, but definitely go toe-to-toe. Now, if you add in a Zis AT gun to back him up, and yeah, that T-3485 is going to just manhandle that Panther. But though Panzer Grenadier's coming in to make sure he doesn't do too much damage. Nice ability to use recon so you can see long range. Watch out from long range fire, though. Looks like T-70 is going to fire some pop shots at the infantry and armor. That Panzer Grenadier squad, though. Oh, wow. Oh, he did kill it. Shit. Oh, good hits. I'm very surprised it actually hit all the shots. Panther, though, very lucky in these tight quarters is because of that. The shot's going to hit and most likely have a little bit of trouble with the front armor. Looks like some of those bazooka shots hit, some of them did not. Sherman, though, is still doing very well against infantry, and the Allies still have control of mid, which is putting a lot more pressure on the Axis. Looks like we have a lot of echelons and repair guys going in, trying to get that easy gate operational. Again, good unit, good overall target. Not as exceptional against infantry as the base Sherman, but still pretty damn good. For Kenwifer, though, moving on in. 50 cal, though, has other things to say, and he's shredding him. So very good to see. We have Panzer Strike King to Jackson. They're going to pull on back. MG suppressing a Grenadier squad, trying to capture the point. And then we have some Soviet forces moving on in. Not much really in terms of defense. Lucky Mortar, I don't know if he's not set up, so he's not really... Oh, is he set up? He is set up. Okay. He is set up. He's just countering fire, but there's not much to counter, so maybe just have him just fire. Panzerwerfer is being created. I mean, that's great against these allied blobs that are just all together. EC8 is as well backed up by the infantry, and more infantry that's on standby. Also, yeah, we got more EZ8s, and you don't have a Jackson yet, though I am assuming Gunner you will have one, and or you're saving up for Calliope, which also would be a good idea. Right now, the Allies are versing an enemy with a lot of support guns, which is very easily killed by rocket artillery, so that is an absolute idea. So what is the Allied plan right now? The Allied plan seems to be attack left. That didn't go well. Some mines hit it. Though they don't have a ton of AT, a Panther could be deployed to counter, but with double EZ8 there, that's still very dangerous for a single tank to attack, as well as if it's supported by infantry, and it seems to be that is the case. AT grenades can be thrown, bazooka teams, and what they could try to do is break open the left, though the Panzer Headquarters being there definitely is going to be a lot more trouble for the Axis to break. Now, it looks like they didn't do enough damage before the AT grenades hit, so Panther will get out of there without a broken engine. Middle is being taken, dropped smoke by artillery field officer, I assume, or no, probably a smoke strike of some type, judging by the angle that kind of stopped the enemy from seeing so they could take it. Panther is engaging. AT gun was decrewed, most likely by some infantry that had to retreat. Yep, he's still doing damage once again. Finally put the supply truck down. You can see it's down because it's, you can say disable lockdown for it to move. Meanwhile, a lot of infantry is currently dying over here by the Sturms, just shredding them. Really good job there. They're falling on back, and the EZ8. Oh, he killed. They were probably healing it, and it didn't go well. So we got ourselves an EZ8, but American bazooka teams and Jacksons are moving on in. They might be able to kill this Panther. They do. That EZ8 is probably going to die. AT grenaded as well. It's probably why it was removed. They left it in the first place. Damn, that sucks. Alright, EZ8 is on the field, but it was just deployed, so meaning both EZ8s that are on the field over here died a horrific death. But unfortunately, the Panther also died as well, so the Germans did take some casualties in this mix. So not great, not terrible, a mixture of the two. At least the Germans didn't gain territory, but also the Allies didn't exactly gain victory over killing armor. They kind of lost that. Anyway, Panther quarters easily stopping their advance. Recon is now overhead. Again, a lot of infantry, support guns moving on in. I'm assuming trying to target something important. I don't know what could be. He is immediately pulling them back because, again, probably fighting position NG and everything. Explosive rounds trying to get him out of the building. A decent armor battle in the south. Nice Panzerfaust hitting. Panther gets hit by the T-30-45. Penetrates itself, though, even though he could chase and probably try to kill it, the AT guns right there, I probably don't want to risk it. And I don't blame him. That's probably not the best fight for him to try and engage in his current scenario. Easy 8, again, doing what he does best. Go in there, hit some shots. I would try to kill the building, honestly. I think you're fine in that scenario. I don't see any additional mines. And you already kind of... Why are you... Oh, you're grabbing the weapon. Okay, a little risky, but at least you're keeping the enemy from taking it, so whatever. That worked out. Bazooka team and bars opening fire, though Bazooka's pen while the AT grenades probably fire and maybe try to stop him. It doesn't look like AT grenades were able to connect, so that is unfortunate. For Kenworth, for those on standby, but the bars will make quick work of it if he doesn't retreat. Support gun going in, I see a good hit, and it is! Oh, the infantry's so low. Those support guns are just doing a lot of work. They don't have a ton of kills, but by God, they're definitely helping out on the battlefield. Anyway, we also have a Kubel at Vet 4. So Vet 4 Kubel, by the way, guys, gets a Operate MG and increases burst and duration. So not bad, not bad. Also, I believe it gets suppression on 5th. It does. So you can kind of use this as a mobile MG, sort of, kind of, maybe, not really, but whatever. Remember when the Kubel used to suppress? That was fun. Anyway, Bazooka, Panzerschreck teams, Jesus Christ, game and talk, could easily shred him, but he's going to pull him back. Flamethrowers there. Katusha's going to hit this target, I assume, to kill the Pioneers. Gets a good shot on 2 men. Can we get a few more? We got one more. Panzer Grenadiers also in the being hit. There goes Panzer Grenadiers, and there goes your major AT source other than the Panther. Vet 2, though. It is Vet 2. Meanwhile, infantry are taking mid. Sherman could move on in and push them back. Although supported by double Jacksons, I doubt the Panther can come in. But all the Volkswagen Sturms may play a different story. Calliope is on the field to help with artillery fire. So we could see some major damage at work. Oh, great shots with the Panther. Both Panthers, by the way. Calliope and Penn seem to be a good, working really well, though. Jackson's opening fire, easily opening up that Panther. Artillery fire is currently the support weapons. We have recon overhead to keep game in sight. One last shot on that Panther would be a goner, but looks like it might be able to get out of there unless they bring up additional AT, which they're so far not doing. Looks like we have easy gates for frontline, Jacksons for additional armor support, and yeah, if they plan this right, they could break this area. And note, they don't have munitions for white phosphorus, so they can't stop infantry. But the Calliope did a little bit of damage, and the support guns are still somewhat operational, so they did some decent work, but not a lot. Anyway, looks like we have a big push over here, IS-2 and T-30-45, pushing him back. We have a Tiger on the field now, so we have a Panther and a Tiger versus an IS-2 and a T-30-45. Man, someone's having a good day today. Meanwhile, both Panthers pushing back because of the Jacksons, and we should note that's probably 3 Panthers on the field on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, one of them it went back for repairs, so KY won't deploy his. We have a large battle, T-34-85 going in, but the Panther and Tiger make quick work of it. IS-2 not faring much better. They could try to kill it. Ziska needs to deploy. Come on, stop moving. Stop moving. There we go. IS-2 looking pretty bad right now, unless that AT gun can start doing some damage. We got Sturmovik strike coming in. That's not going to do much versus armor. And unfortunately, it doesn't have that much to pin anything over here, which is a bigger issue. So yeah, the planes will fly overhead. They don't see a target, so they're not going to hit it. Sure, they might hit armor, but that's not their focus. Their focus is anti-infantry. It looks like we have a anti-infantry strafe coming on in. Try to suppress any infantry, but once again, not useful. There's no mobile infantry. They're all in buildings. There are support equipment. They're not going to be suppressed. And by support equipment, I mean by AT guns outside the buildings. Usually a mortar or something like that could still be hit. Allied infantry is grouping on in. They have a huge force. Population-wise, the Allies are looking to be in the upper 80s. Meanwhile, the Axis are in the mid-70s, I would say. And it looks like the Allied force in mid is going to wreck a lot of these guys, though. Panzerwerfer is opening fire. Can they get a target? Not really, no. They get some hits in. A little bit of damage overall. Wait, can they kill it? Super close. Volk Squad will make it out one piece. Alright, now they're essentially trying to contest mid. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure the Allies can continue to push down the Axis. But right now, the Axis are doing pretty well. They keep containing this point, and right now it's neck and neck in this game. Neither side is giving up in mid, while although the amount of armaments they are getting keeps increasing. That Sherman went in by itself, needed Jackson's support. Additional units over here needs to get in buildings immediately. Panthers are diving. Bad idea, I think, in the... Yeah, because they're going to quickly get back in their armor. Calliope's going to pull back. Where are those Jacksons? Jackson's maneuvered over to left and try to push back this guy's armor. Did, but now they're going to come on in and just encircle the armor over here. It is not looking good, boys. It is not looking good. We have a huge cluster over here. Jackson's ramming themselves into it. Looks like we have a airstrike coming on in. Most likely Fallschirmjäger, if I had to say, the close air support. Oh, wait. Yep. Comes on down Jackson. Almost thought I was hitting that. Oh, God. They wanted to say hi, but they unfortunately got hit by AA. Got shot down over the Panther. Meanwhile, that one's still alive. So he lost both Jacksons coming on in. This guy, I think, lost one Panther. For Canwerfer, though, coming in as a clutch to knock out that armor when it swung around. It's a really good job there. T-34 is able to make it out. IS-2 still on the right-hand side. They still have the Panther and the Tiger, which is fully healed. IS-2 is slightly weakened, which would be at a disadvantage versus one, if not both these armored vehicles. So not entirely sure what you're going to do there. Nice job on the Axis for decapping this. So that's additional resources and cutting off the munitions. Calliope's coming on in. I'm assuming on these sport guns. Nope. Oh, wait. Yeah, he will. He might be able to kill the Sturm squad. Very, very close. Tiger trying to engage by his twos moving on in. Tiger tank making a hasty retreat. Again, Panther should have committed if he was trying to hit it from like this angle. Not really much in terms of AT there, and he could have really done some damage. Meanwhile, Pioneers were there to heal. Right now, if we can tell, Sethicus' infantry game is very poor, but his armor game's not terrible. So he's trying to just keep drawing this guy out and keep doing damage. But Cromwell's doing pretty damn well for his own right. He keeps inflicting heavy casualties and has lots of reserves left, where the same can't be said for his Axis opponent. Penn's on the main hand, and Kaibi both have decent armies, while Lieutenant Dan and Gunner are currently being shredded in mid. This is the one place where the Allies are losing. They need to do better in mid in order to really hold that territory. T-34, 85 coming in to assist, and with that, they might be able to actually get some kills. Again, killing them is more important. Although, again, it's weird how he has them as bazooka teams. I would rather have a dedicated bazooka team member. That way I can have him focus and then use the AT grenades shortly thereafter, instead of having them all fire at infantry, use the bazookas, and then realize, oh shit, I need to fight armor. That I would say maybe a little bit of criticism toward. Because yeah, they just fired all their bazookas at the Volk squad, not going to help. Meanwhile, I have the double EZ8s, or triple EZ8s moving on in. Stuka's coming in, I think chasing after the infantry. Does a little bit of damage, not all that much. Again, they're coming all around. Barely dodging the mine. Very interesting there. Hits one. The other two are doing just fine. Again, killing the building is a huge plus. That way infantry can move on in. Although Panther and Sturm Pioneers coming in to really hammer this one in the back. Looks like they are doing damage, but they need to focus or white phosphorus, something on all this stuff. But, oh, here comes the Calliope opening fire. Again, a little bit higher up would have been better. I think it was expecting him to take a right, but it did kill the support gun. Positive. EZ8 does go down. Two additional ones still there, but for Canwerfer and additional AT are moving on in. They need to pull back. I think one more is going to die before it gets out. Maybe they kill the Panther if they pen, but it's going to be lucky. Jackson trying to come in, kind of cock blocks one of them. He's diving. That's a bad idea. Too much armor. Way too much armor in this case. And yeah, all their armored vehicles are going to be annihilated with 1D crew. It's a really good push there. Again, that's just slowly damaging them over time with a full force rather than engaging the entire allied army at once. Jackson is still there, needs to get healed up and pull back. Although allies, once again, very, very low in terms of overall army. Compare to the Axis. But Cromwell's still doing pretty damn well. T-34 going in behind enemy lines, unsure what he might be doing. I think I might be trying to go for Panzerwerfers, Stukas, or anything else that possibly could be on the Axis team. Or that 4-star Kubel. Gotta watch out for that. He also has a 4-star sport gun, which is nothing to sneeze at. Again, really damn good. So T-34 found the additional Panthers. I don't think they don't have anything that can call in to be like, oh, I'm gonna take out those Panthers with a direct strike. Not happening. They went a little too far deep. They should have probably pushed over here, and they could have found those Panzerwerfers by Spartycus that have been causing some grief. IS-2 moving on in against the Panther. Needs to be backed up by AT guns and other things, but so far not happening. Get some good shots in with the IS-2, and again, allies do control mid, which is a huge positive. Now, if they control it, they'll continue to VP points. But once again, very, very close. Very, very close. Panzerwerfer coming on in, getting some decent shots. Again, weakening the infantry, pulling them back. They're going to have to heal, and that should throw the armor out of its game because it can't heal. It's going to be fighting at a disadvantage for at least foreseeable future. Meanwhile, the Tiger and possibly the Panther, once it's healed, will move up. And this thing is Vet 3, so it is a beast on the field. Now, there is a lot of AT to engage a single unit. I think they should have enough firepower to deal with that Tiger quite easily. He might actually lose his Tiger in this scenario if he gets a couple more pens. He looks like, oh, a lucky bounce and lose his main weapon. Tiger could have lost it right there, but does not. Meanwhile, IS-2 being hit by the Panther, which is at full health. Katusha opening fire, not really hitting all that much. Although AT gun is still there, still prepped and ready to go. It will probably still do damage against it. Meanwhile, we have some armor on left. T-34 going on in, I think from a different angle. But unfortunately, I don't think he realizes he's walking into double Panthers. Someone should probably inform him. But Cromwell is, again, trying to find a way to get behind and kill the artillery. But he's heading straight for it. Never mind, he took a detour. Oh my god! Alright. That was a German plane that kamikazed into the German. What is this? What is going on? Anyway, after 2 plane crashes on the same Panther, of all things, T-34 is quickly knocked out. Volk squads went in deep to, I think, disable that Jackson, if I had to assume. They could very easily take mid-airborne coming on in with an airstrike, try to delay them, I assume. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's not airborne. That was already shot down. What it is Sethicus using strafing run. That's what it is. Apologies. Anyway, I'll suppress the infantry. Doing a decent job. Not too shabby. But, yeah, they'll at least, you know, keep the allied infantry suppressed and held back. So, as long as they keep them contained, then the Germans can move on in. Now, unfortunately, we now have a Sturmovik strike coming on in, so everyone's bringing in their air force. Does anyone have anti-air? That's my next criticism, I could say. Because I'm a grumpy Ko2 streamer. I can only criticize people. I can't give them positive support. No one has anti-air. Oh, no, I'm sorry, we do. The Soviets have anti-air. Good for them. That's why no plane attack against them has worked. Huge push with American support. I think their idea now is we need to focus on the weakest player. Sethicus has shown himself to be the weakest, mostly, although I think he's slowly getting better. Oh, the Panzerwerfer's pulling on back before the armor spots it. This is a breakthrough. I think that Panther may not be able to escape. Yeah, it looks like Easy Hits going to stop his retreat. He's going to blitz out of there. Will it escape? No, it will not. Easy Hits will kill it. Now, this is an example of where I think it's overextension. You need infantry to fill in the lines, because otherwise what's going to happen is your armor is going to be far ahead in the infantry, and then when the enemy attacks, you have nothing to support, and that's exactly what's happening. American infantry is coming in behind a little late. T-3045 does the best goddamn slide I've seen in some time. Huge fucking armor battle. What is going on? There's like all sorts of tanks just going at each other. IS-2 backing up against 3 Panthers. ECA trying to assist. T-3045 going after the Tiger. And we got infantry. They need to bazooka a lot of these guys. Good microing. He's trying to use the terrain to get out of there where the ECA fires at the Panther's ass. Bunker suppressing though. T-3045 trying to kill that Tiger. Bounces again. And can he at the very least get the Stuka? He cannot. Unlucky bounces through and through. Again, can we get a kill with that Panther? Nope. IS-2 decrewed. They do kill 1 Panther, although T-34 does die. And, yeah, that's just a lot of dead shit. Both 2 out of the 3 Panthers do make it out, though, on very low health. I think if the Jacksons would have combined effort, they would have really helped. IS-2 is not dead yet. So, yeah, it's on the field. So even though he did lose it, he could get it back theoretically. Wait. Requires 1 heavy tank to be on the field. Okay, never mind. It's a time limit. He is going to pull on back, though. No, Panther coming on in. We have another Panther, a fresh Panther. Although, it does bounce, but I don't think he's going to be that lucky. I think next shot will pen. No, bounces again? Oh my god, misses. We have our Kenworth opening fire from the building they stole. Might be enough. So, super close. Panther will pull on back. IS-2 needs repairs. Pronto, he could do repairs. I would do vehicle repairs. I think it's do or die right... Because... Oh, right. I was wondering, like, oh, it's the winter balance patch. No. He just picked up another IS-2. Still alive. Needs repairs. Although it's in combat right now, so that's probably the reason why I can't do it. It's still showing, like, hey, guys, we're in combat. Repair. He is doing repairs. Armor's trying to push on it. Panther, though, very, very weak. Cervix strike coming on in to provide support. And now the Soviets have 2 IS-2s on the same player because of a decap. Usually I see this with the Germans with the Sturm Tiger. Not with the Allies. By God, not with the Allies. That's horrifying right there. That is absolutely fucking horrifying for the Soviets to have 2 heavy tanks. Now, there was a time in Code 2 where you could deploy as many heavy tanks as you wanted to. Unfortunately, that's simply not the case anymore. Although some players back then would argue it's better to go with Panthers than heavy tanks, judging by damage ratio and population counts and other things. I'm curious to see how they would go now, but I'm of the mindset that, hey, having double IS-2s on the field right now is definitely going to be unexpected for the enemy if they're not expecting it. Now, it looks like they're killing some crews. That Panther's going to need some repairs, getting another Panther. Although, once again, while Cromwell's done very well, let's get back to Lieutenant Dan and everyone else in mid. Mid is pretty much under Axis control. They have a King Tiger, a lot of armor, but not, and some infantry, but not a huge fighting force. Most of their support guns did get knocked out. KYB has a very recruit force, although he's getting more and more Panthers and trying to heal up. I'm assuming he's trying to heal up his stuff. That's what I would do. So I'm assuming them killing it is actually going to give the Germans an idea that, hey, just as a heads up, the Soviets have double IS-2s. That's going to be a problem, because that, now what are they calling in? That would be a Stuka bomb, right? No, it's not. What is it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's the, what? Oh, shit. What's the name of this thing? Yeah, okay, they called in artillery support via the, I can't say his name, the officer, damn it. The artillery officer. I could not say his name to save my life. Anyway, IS-2's opening fire on the fuel cache, reducing that. Resource-wise, still gotta give up to the Allies. Allies doing more munitions and fuel. Though, big oof, I already see it. Where's the support for the IS-2s? You have double IS-2s, yet no infantry support. No conscripts, no nothing. So right now, there's 1 Panther here, Vet 4. You got more coming in over here. Oh, nice kill on the Stuka, though. I'll give him that. Now he needs to back up immediately. Unfortunately, this Panther is going to cut him off. He's going to micro around it. Really good micro right there. More Panthers coming on in. This is very bad. So we have 5 Panthers versus 2 IS-2s. And someone in the comments will be like, 6 Panthers. AT guns coming on in. The other one's trying to back on up, not doing nearly as much damage as it needs to. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a prime example of why you need armor support. I don't know what you were trying to do with the IS-2, but you need to be very careful with it. And now we have a huge armor force. Jackson's could have supported you, helped kill the Panthers, but no. Now the Panthers are going to run amok. They do kill 1, but yeah, I think Spartycus' Panther, I think that was it. Yeah, so now he still has 1 in this game. Okay, so he has 2. Blue has 3, I want to say, right? Yeah. 1 being Vet 4, mind you. Easy 8s and everything going to be torn apart with a huge flank. Hell, Tiger's coming in. You can technically call this an encirclement by the Panthers going around and literally encircling the infantry. IS-2 is now back on the field. Again, the new patch would remove the ability to call in that stuff. This is where a big push could come into play as being a negative, because if they overextend, he could definitely start losing a lot of armor. Now, we don't have any mines. There were no mines in this area. That's something that should have been placed to stop those the armored vehicles in its tracks. Another plane crash for Ken Warfrating the King. Panther's trying to kill the other IS-2 real quick. Does manage to kill it. We went from double IS-2 to nothing. Now the Tiger just running over guys like no one's business. Really good job there. And, yeah, Calliope did manage to pull him back. Unfortunately, Spartycus did lose a lot of his army in that push. He lost his other Panther, for example. But the Allies have lost majority of their armor. There is an Easy 8 that's still alive, but the rest of the guys don't exactly have much. Luckily, the anti-air is still in play, shooting down the enemy planes. So hopefully he returns back to sender. Does, almost hits the Tiger. Panzerwerfer coming on in, trying to kill the infantry, running back to this location. Probably should do with the Panzerwerfer, though I don't know if he knows about it. Again, recon would be good. Easy 8 trying to kill the Tiger. Once again, going for a dive that he cannot survive. Now, luckily, the Tiger is very slow in rotation, so that's helping him out. But unfortunately, with everything else, it took 2 shots and he was pretty much gonzo. So, yeah. Now, what could the Axis do to win this? Well, they threw everything they had, and to be fair, like, even though they lost a bit, they still have a decent amount of either reserves to replenish the army they've lost, or the guy who already has a full army is doing fine himself, also going anti-air to shoot down the planes. The Allies don't have a ton of reserves, specifically in fuel, although Gunner does have a lot of fuel, not a lot of manpower. Lieutenant Dan has a bit more manpower. Splendid Cromwell is deploying a T-30-45. His advance with the double IS-2 was completely stupid. It was absolutely moronic, because he should have had support. Or you should lure the enemy in, have one IS-2, and then literally pop out with a second one, like a jack-in-the-box around the corner, and just have the Panthers go, what the hell, and just hit it with AT guns, fire, and the Panthers would be overwhelmed. Now, you have a situation where the Allies are on the back foot. The Axis are quickly taking territory and gaining the resource lead, at least in munitions. Fuel-wise, it's still even though, yeah, that's surprising. Again, I would say this, good job for the resources put down by the Allies. Not so much to the Axis member over here, but you know, he's been taking some losses, so I'll let him be. I'll let it be. Lieutenant Dan is bringing up the bazooka team. Decent amount of infantry and fighting force, so he still has a decent army. Gunner, same thing. He's getting himself a Jackson. I would be very careful about advancing. Make sure it's a cooperative effort, not a single effort. And resource-wise, even though the Allies are being pushed, they're not significantly down. They can still turn this around quite heavily with a good counterattack. Actually, speaking of which, good. Calliope shot, killing a Panzerwerfer, almost killing a second, or at least doing some damage on the second one. Tiger is quickly being healed, Vet 3, so really good job there. Panzerwerfer returning fire in mid, trying to hit the rifleman. Will they hit? Low health damage, not so much of anything else. Mainly because of the fact that their forces had to yeah, they retreated in time and got out of there, so good job on his part. Meanwhile, again, we have 2 Jacksons on the field, and we got an Easy 8. I don't see any additional armor anywhere or anything like that. Lieutenant Dan says down. I'm unsure why. And maybe his forces are down. Lieutenant Dan is engaging a 4-star Panther without any support. Not a good idea. Pence has lost all of his infantry. If this turned into an infantry game, after killing the armor, the Allies would be in a great state right now, but unfortunately, we'll see how things go. Ammunition-wise, again, I do think Splendid Cromwell and them should place mines. Before you say anything, yes, they can place mines. We have a 50 cal going down, trying to take this point. White Phosphorus is coming on in, should stop the armor. Again, with White Phosphorus, operate weaponry is, their guns are essentially disabled while in the White Phosphorus, which is pretty damn good. T-34 comes on the flank. Again, I don't know why you're diving. I really don't. So many dives in this game, and unfortunately, I think clearing out streets and locking down territory is a lot better than just just rushing into a city hoping you kill something. This isn't a situation where where you have this huge wide open environment you can escape with. This is a very close map. Not as maybe close as like Ongamute's like sister map being Elderbrook Station, kind of like those two. I think of them as pairs. One's very, very urban, very small. The other one is a lot bigger and more corridors and long routes. But they both give the same general idea. This is probably the older brother, the other one's the younger brother. But you absolutely can't, like, I'm just going to rush through and try to escape. That's very difficult on this map because of the corridor-like route. Panther's pulling on back, most likely for reorganizing for a counterattack somewhere else. Again, we could see that happening. Also, Kubel almost Vet 5, so just fantastic. Oh, it is Vet 5. Awesome. Vet 5 Kubel, everyone. Best unit in the game. Why? Because reasons. Anyway, infantry opening fire. Most of the bazooka shots don't pen, but the Jackson does. Oh, good bundle grenade. Inflicts heavy losses. Could kill the Opal Sedan, though. Very close to. They do manage to kill it. Oh, and the other squad retreating, so very nice. Good kills. I think Pens has lost... Yeah, he's pretty much lost all of his frontline infantry at this point. Meanwhile, we do have a small armored force kind of moving on in. Tiger and Panther on standby with Panzerwerfer up to the 33 kills while infantry tried to take some mid. Again, at least they decapped it. I dropped smoke or something, I would say, to try to keep your infantry and allow it to take it. Armor's moving on in against the King. They have a Panzerwerfer right there. Not Panzer. Mortar carriage would be very good to knock that stuff out, firing long range. Jackson's pulling on back, though, outside of its range, though this one is terribly placed, not easy to escape. He's going to be knocked out because, again, he can't back up. He has to go from an angle. Jackson trying to engage. We do have some dead. Oh, easy 8. Never mind. Armor's just pushing forward. We do have 3 Jacksons, though. Unfortunately, they are going to be overwhelmed. They could kill at least the Vet 4 one. Does bounce off the front. Nice pen in the back. And other Jackson dies. They, again, could kill. They do kill that one. But the infantry needs to come back up. It is very low on health, though, so the MGs on these Panthers could shred them. That could be an entire army gone in the blink of an eye. Gunner's still trying to fall back. No support coming his way. T-34 actually leaving him. Weirdly enough, it's a 76, not an 85 variant. Not sure why. Meanwhile, we have some airstrikes going in this region. Net strafing infantry. Plane crash. Again, great job with the anti-air. Vet 5 Panther. Holy crap. Meanwhile, Panther's giving chase after the Calliope with 63 kills. Holy shit. Though, good AT grenade by the American infantry with barely any health. Unfortunately, though, Panther MG could pretty much annihilate a lot of his infantry because it's so low on health. He has to be very careful. He's already losing health and does lose that squad. That unit is trapped. Again, bazooka teams are opening fire, though, again. Some of them are more, some of them more bars than bazookas. They are going to go very slowly. This could be a prime example if mines were placed. Again, because he can place mines to stop the armor. Again, they had this territory. They have an airstrike or something coming on down. What is it? Is Turbine Strike. Won't work against armor. I don't know why you keep doing that. Now, this Panther's trying to go up this way. I think they're going to focus on him because they don't want to escape. We have... Oh, nice Panzerwerfer helping the Panthers escape and just barely get the hell out of there. Really good job right there. 41 kills. Good teamwork. Makes the dream work. Yeah, we do have another flank coming in with a T-34 coming behind the Tiger, but it's too late. The Allies surrender. The Allies were actually in a better situation if it's funny because the Axis fully committed their armor. All Panthers were engaging. All their armor was engaging. The Allies did not commit all their armor. If they would have, they probably would have won. The additional Jacksons and if Easy 8s are on standby that could have engaged, they would have. But I felt there was a lot more coordination, even though the Spartycus was more on his own versing Cromwell. I feel like there was still a little more coordination with the Axis and the Allies, and that kind of showed. Though Lieutenant Dan and Gunner had a good combo going on for a while, and they were good, doing some good battles in mid, even though they were kind of losing. Though they did slowly start turning the tide with the Calliope, taking a lot of kills and a lot of manpower away from Pens. Calliope still had a decent army, though. Again, he was still definitely having a lot of recruits. I would say Cromwell was probably the best in terms of defensive play, holding his territory. Again, he did place mines eventually, which is very smart, but I think mines initially would have been better than those constant Sturmovik strikes. I think he also, since he has radio, should have realized what the enemy had. He should have known the enemy had so many Panthers. But yeah, it's one of the situations. You had double IS-2s, and yet you didn't use them as effectively as they could have been. It's unfortunate. But Allies didn't play well. Axis did, through and through. And thank you, Spartycus, by the way, for submitting this replay. Thank you so very much, man. Damage-wise, Penn's got most damage, and I could kind of see it is for Kenwerfer, I have to assume, right? No, Panther. All right. Yeah, his Panther did 3 friendly fire kills, so not great. But yeah, he had 3 Panthers, only 1 died. Really good damage there. Kaibi, I'm assuming, as well. Panthers, yep. Holy shit! Nearly 50,000 damage with Panthers. With Kaibi. Holy... How many Panthers did he have? I mean, he had the Panther Force. He had at least 2 or 3 always on the field. 65. Oh my god. That means, like, again, that is insane to have 50,000 out of 66. That's insane. To put in perspective, that's like almost, that's more than, that's like 24% of your army damage going to everything else, and the other 76 going to Panthers. It's insane. Hopefully my math's correct on that, because yeah, 16 times 4 is 32, 64. Yeah, roughly that. Just on, it literally is more, which is surprising. Oh my god. Yeah, that is crazy. Really good job there. Also, good job with the support guns. They also did very, very well for you in the fire as well. Until the Calliope's came into play. Panzerwerfer as well. Spartycus did very well. I'm assuming your Panther. Panthers across the board. MVPs. Very nice job. 45 kills. Really good job defending your allies with those airstrikes. And I wonder if the Panzerwerfers, like, because we didn't see that much artillery, I wonder if they were the main bane of the allies, because they kept sending armor behind enemy lines, and they failed miserably. Allies just have to stop charging. That's the thing. Don't dive unless you're well supported, because you overextend. Anyway, so let's double check the allies. Hold on. AT gun. All right, AT gun did the best, more than the IS-2. Also, the AA gun killed 14 planes. Hot damn. There were a lot of planes crashing in the armor. There were a lot of planes. Easy 8's 15k. Again, not even close to the Panthers. Not even close. Jackson's closer with 29,000, but still, it doesn't beat the 50,000. Still very impressive. Again, overall, Penn's got most damage and kills. Allies, Cromwell got most damage. Very well for himself, but kills goes to Gunner. And if I had to say, his infantry blobs were very, very good. Though, I think specializing, to me, is better. But hey, put down in the comments down below. What do you prefer to do? Put your guys in bazookas, fully, or like one specific unit, or have them spread out, have them more varied in nature, have a bar and a bazooka. What do you prefer? In any case, it's been Greyshot17, reminding you to cast, that I'll cast your replay if you submit it, and as well to hit that like, subscribe button. But otherwise, I will see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Josh, Milam, Joey G240, Just Thomas Plays, Spartycus, Rifle, JrChicklis, Pyroshark, Ion, Ollie, Ace, GTA, and Jakub Osweija. Thank you all for your incredible support. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.